Let's get started with finger picking. If you're right-handed, you're going to use your right hand. If you're left-handed, it'll be the left hand, like that. But let's go right-handed because that's what I am. So we're going to start with our thumb. And maybe just bring your forearm over the top of the guitar, kind of get comfortable, get it balanced, get kind of centered, and all that cool stuff. To get that thumb and just lay your arm down, relax, and boom, low E. Notice how my fingers kind of draped on these strings? Not bad. So, you don't want to like boing it, or you don't want to be too soft. There's a sweet spot for how hard you hit it. Just a normal, not crazy hard, not too soft. You got to produce a pleasant note with the side of your thumb, just boom. So control the pressure and the sound. Cool. Now we're going to use index middle ring. Pinky we don't really use. Okay. Your pointer finger is going to hit the third string, the G, after that low E. And I'm just kind of like pulling a trigger. Boom, bam, boom, bam. Again, my forearm kind of rests across here. My other fingers might be here or on the strings, which you'll get used to what's coming up. Then middle finger, second string. You probably know where I'm going with this. That's an E, G, B. Thumb, index, middle. My guitar teacher called it thumb 1, 2. And you probably know I'm going to bring in the ring finger next. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Ring finger, first string. Just let it kind of boom. Just pull them in. Ba, 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 ba. Like, you're on a desk going like this. Check it out. Like, kind of rolling your hand. Ba, ba, ba. And you're just pulling. Index, middle, and ring are pulling up. Thumb is pushing down. And you're probably saying, is that it? Well, yeah, but there's more. How about 76 beats a minute? I go. Ended with just an index kind of pushing across the strings. Now say we make a G chord and do the same thing with the picking hand. It's just a G chord, exactly the same thing. Let's speed it up, say like 134, 2, 3, 4. E minor. Cool, back to G. E minor. So not only we're picking, you want to be able to strum. Say index finger went, and then I went, and I stopped them by kind of spanking the face of the guitar. Sometimes you got to spank a little bit. All right. That's simple, but it's not that easy to execute in time with consistent tone out of each note and string. So you got to work on that a lot and get it to where you don't have to think about it. And of course, you're going to go to other chords, say like C. For C, you got to select the right bass note, which is going to be 5th string, 3rd fret, C. So the thumb has to know which string to hit. It can't just flop around and hit any old string. It's got to know the bass note of a C chord is a C note. All right, I know that seems ridiculous, but it's totally how it works. So let's say we did C. Notice my hand is kind of sitting on this now. lot of repetition. So G, E minor, C, and what's next? Right, D, you know, D. Okay, so our picking hand has to know the bass note of a D chord is not E, not A, D. I'm sorry, I'm being condescending, but I'm just trying to be funny here. But yeah, you know, I do have a lot of students that are like, what? You know, what is it? I'm like, yeah, I got to think of different ways to say the same thing. Fourth string, D. Yeah, those open strings are really important. Cool. So the progression, let's go about 107. Hey, I just made that up, but it's just G, C, or G, E minor, C, D, and then I threw in the A minor just to kind of, you know. So what's the bass note of an A minor chord? Yeah, A. Fifth string, open A, boom. So that's crucial that you get the right bass note. So I realize it's simple, but, you know, to execute it on stage or, you know, in the studio or wherever you got to do it, church, I don't know, blues jams, country gigs, rock and roll gigs, home concerts, classical music, you really got to, the hands have to coordinate. Left hand and right hand have to really work together hardcore. And a lot, you know, sometimes I see students that are really good with their fretting hand. They know the notes, scales, chords, positions, everything, but this hand is completely about 10 years behind. So I'm glad you asked about basics of finger picking because then, you know, other people probably are interested in that. So if you ask me a question, it's probably a great question, and I do sincerely appreciate it because I've built my whole teaching career on what people ask me. And sometimes I'll give them what I think they need. But often I'm open to suggestions with my students. And then, you know, I'm like, okay, I'm interested in that too. Great question. I can't think of any time I've said, boy, that's sure stupid. Because if you need to know, just ask me. I'm never going to make fun of you. It might be kind of funny, but it's not. I'm not mocking you. I appreciate it. Because I like to review the fundamentals of guitar. It's fun to play guitar, and it's fun to practice the basics. So, great question about finger picking. That's how I'd start. I got another pattern or two I'd like to show you, but let's cut it short with this. And I probably have some finger picking in my new book. Oh boy, what's it called? Something about fun things to practice on guitar that sound cool. I'm sure. Let me just see. You know, I was so happy that by the way, it came, page 21, beginning finger picking. There, I turned right to it. All right, pretty much, yep. Pretty much the first line is 8 bars of that first pattern. Then I kind of reverse it, and then I add some other stuff and some other stuff, which will be coming up. I got videos coming up where I'll show you. Page 21, beginning finger picking. But if you want the book, I'd love to send you one. Just email me at hooverguitar@yahoo.com. Or you can search for it on Facebook or eBay. I can probably find the link and post it in the video description. So thanks for asking, and good luck with your finger picking. Please ask me if you want the next step, and I'll make a film of it. But I am going to film page 21 when I get around to it. All right. Keep rocking.